Hello, friends. Welcome back to another Subconscious Saturday. So, let's begin with a story today. There were these two monks who were traveling from one village to another. Now, while they were traveling, they came across a stream and they had to cross that stream. Now, there was this very beautiful woman standing on the bank of that stream, and she was afraid to cross it. She was afraid to step into the water. So, one of the senior monks, he simply picked her up, crossed the stream, put her down. She thanked them and went on her way. Now, these two monks, they were on their way and they went to the next village. And when they reached there, towards late in the evening, the younger monk asked the senior one, said, "You know what? There is something I've been thinking about." So he said, "What is it?" He said, "We are monks. We are not supposed to touch a woman. And you lifted that woman up. Now, how are you going to answer her master? What will the other monks say? What kind of an example have you set?" So the older monk smiled and he said, "I left her on the banks of that stream immediately after we crossed it. You seem to be carrying her even now. Isn't that worse?" So, my dear friends, how many times do we carry things in our own head far after that particular incident has crossed its expiry date? It's a interesting topic to ponder over. So our topic today is take your power back. Because while we are still caught up in that incident, that memory, that memory still holds power over us. So today I would like to share a little quote with you. By holding on to some problem and keeping your attention on the past event or person who you feel is responsible for your pain, you are allowing that person or event to hold you emotionally hostage. This is a quote by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He shared it recently, and a friend of mine, Monica, wanted me to create something on this. And that really set me thinking. Because, my dear friends, if you remember, earlier we have discussed that how our body stores everything in the form of feeling, audio, video, and mostly that feeling that the audios and videos create in our minds or our hearts. Because everything is stored in our body. We also learned in one of the earlier videos how suppressed feelings create diseases. Let's take this topic a little further. My dear friends, each of us has gone through a lot of experiences in our lives. Sometimes we've been abused, traumatized, manipulated, and so many other unpleasant experiences that we all have a collection of in our own lives. Now, whenever we think of those events, we have that unpleasant feeling within us. Some unpleasant chemical is automatically secreted within us. Now, what happens is whenever we think about a particular unpleasant incident, just try and recall what happens within you. Do you shut down? We've seen this, we've seen the flight, fight, or freeze. So sometimes, most of the times, if it is a recurring phenomena or something we have just decided that okay, this if this particular incident happens, I'm just going to freeze or I'm just going to phase this particular scene out. To give you an example, have you ever seen a child being yelled at by a parent or a teacher, you will see the expression on the child's face. You can actually make out that the child is not listening to a word that that parent or teacher is talking about. He or she is simply going through the motions and is on an alert to see what next. Am I going to be hit next or what? Or how long do I have to endure this? But you can literally see that there is a screen in front of that child and in front of that child, a screen between the parent or the teacher and the child. And the funniest part is, even the parents and the teachers realize this, but they continue to scold or yell at a child. And the child also knows this. So, my dear friends, this is an example of a child, but how many times have you done it? When a boss starts yelling at you, when your spouse starts yelling at you, we simply zone them out. We're not listening, we're just seeing what next. What is this going to lead to? So, if you are in an emotionally abusive relationship where you're continuously abused, you know what's coming. It might just lead to physical abuse. Or if you're continuously in a physically abusive relationship, you know it will start with a verbal thing, verbal outlash, and it is going to turn into the physical outlash. So we have these different kinds of experiences, and how do we as even adults or even children, if we observe, how do we translate them in our lives? Now, what are phobias? Sometime some person has this experience, mostly in childhood or even adulthood for that matter. If you were caught in a lift and you started feeling very claustrophobic and you thought you're not going to survive, that memory was stored inside your body. You remembered the fear, you relived, you rethought about it again and again and again till it became a part of you. And now you're scared of entering a lift. So you have a phobia of entering a lift or any other phobias. Or for that matter, shivering. Some people just start shivering in some particular instance. If somebody outside, a loud honking, just sends the has this effect on some people. They just start shivering out of fear, and they don't realize why this is happening. They were probably traumatized when they were much younger, and that left a huge impression on their mind. Or there are so many instances when some people come to me. I've heard of so many instances. Some people are afraid of loud noises in the sense anyone raising their voice. So if they have been in a abusive relationship, whether it was with their parents or with the spouses, they're so scared of raised voices that they would rather draw themselves into a shell. So, my dear friends, these are all real instances that affect us. And mostly, what is happening in this case? Every incident is stored into our own body through the feelings that it generated at that time. So, anytime the same trigger happens from outside, we respond in the same way because that has become our habit. Now, can this be changed? Of course, it can be changed. So, neuro-linguistic programming is one of the tools, labeled tools. Otherwise, everything is based in our own subconscious minds. These feelings, these emotions, these memories, where do they all reside? In our own subconscious mind. And neuro-linguistic programming is the language of the subconscious mind. And we can use it as a tool to change it. Now, one of the most effective tools is meditation. I cannot stress enough. I have seen so many times, sometimes there are people who cannot close their eyes because the moment they close their eyes, there is this gamut of memories that springs forth within them, and they just have to open their eyes immediately. So that's okay. You can even meditate with your eyes open. Meditation is the journey within. How you achieve it, a little control over your own breath. Focus on your breath. If you are uncomfortable closing your eyes, that is perfectly all right. Keep your eyes open. Focus on your breath. Because sometimes the noise inside your head or inside your body is so loud that you just cannot close your eyes. So that's perfectly all right. But please begin meditation with your eyes open. Even now, to give you a little taste of it, please sit straight. Keep your spine straight. Shrug your shoulders a bit. Loosen up. And now, simply observe your breath. Let your breath come in its rhythm. What did you just do, my dear friends? You simply followed my instructions. If you did. If you didn't, you didn't. However, our mind is conditioned to follow instructions when it feels safe and when it is receptive. Now, when you give your mind these instructions, when you ask it to breathe normally, now when you're breathing normally, all your systems that function inside you are also normalized. When you're on an overdrive, when you're worried, when you're tense, your body becomes tense. Your body has unpleasant feelings. It is stressed out. But when you are calm, your body is also relaxed. Then your BP normalizes. Your heart rate becomes even. Everything becomes calm. And that is when your mind, your subconscious mind, is also receptive to new instructions. And that is when we can give your mind new instructions to see the feelings or see that incident without feelings. If we can come to that point, and we can, it is a choice that we make at all times. And then there are tools which we may discuss, or we can discuss, we will discuss, of course, in the future sessions. So through the fresh instructions, if you're able to change the feeling towards a particular incident, say if you were in the state of abuse, you will only be abused till you accept the abuse, my dear friends. The moment you change your feeling towards it, the moment you take your power back, the moment you stop giving power to the abuser or the abuse that you faced in the past, you're writing a fresh page. And when you detach or when you remove the feeling from that part, when you remove the feeling from that incident, is what Dr. Joe Dispenza mentions, that that is true forgiveness. So forgiveness is not, you did so much bad to me, but I forgive you. There's still a lot of emotion, right? But when the other person or the other person's actions do not affect you at all anymore, that is when, my friends, we are able to forgive truly. So, Dr. Dispenza says true forgiveness is breaking the emotional charge and energetic bond to our painful past. So let us really break that emotional charge and that painful bond with that painful past. Whatever the incident, if you are an adult today and if you are still holding on to the words that your parents said which were nasty about you or your limitations, if they said you were good for nothing, are you? You are a grown up person, you are an adult now. Now you have to decide how much importance are you going to give those words, probably which were spoken out of sheer frustration. Probably they were not meant and you've still held on to them because you were tiny, smaller, and they were huger. And at that time, that seemed very big to you. That's okay. But now you have that power. No matter what situation you have been in, my dear friends, you have that power. And the moment you decide to take that power back, we can snap out of it. Just like that. So thank you so much. I think this video has been quite long. However, before I leave, I want to share one more thing by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. My dear friends, I cannot stress more the importance of affirmations. Affirmations, soothing music, and one more point is, please, once in a while, give your feet a massage and you will see the difference that you feel. Self love, my dear friends, is the most underestimated power that we have. Please do that. Please give yourself that little gift. And I would really like to share a very beautiful thing by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, which I love and really hold close to my heart. When you do your affirmations, please do them last thing in the day. Like when you are just about to sleep. And that is when, before going to sleep, if you're able to feel grateful, if you're able to do affirmations. So Dr. Wayne W. Dyer says that when we are sleeping, we are marinating. Our brains are marinating. How wonderful is that thought? So let us marinate in good thoughts. Most of the time, when we go to sleep, we take the account of the entire day and we are angry about someone, something, we are angry at someone, and that is the last thought on our minds. And my dear friends, we marinate all night in that anger. So, how do you think are we going to wake up? Frustrated? Drained? Oh, another day. And when we marinate with those positive thoughts, with gratitude, the next morning is going to be a fresh, beautiful morning, my dear friends. Please try this out. Please try this meditation, the power of affirmation, especially at the end of your day and at the beginning of your day. Very, very important. And please show some self love. Give yourself that time, pamper yourself a bit. During this lockdown, even after this lockdown is open now, we need to behave very, very responsibly. So please learn to give love to your own self. Give a little foot massage to yourself, to your tired feet. You will feel nice, my dear friends. Please try these things. Really start meditating. Whatever resonates with you, from 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. There are so many types of meditations. And again, the breath work. Focus on your breath. Focus on your breath. It is the most important thing. You will see Whenever your emotion changes, your breathing changes. So please focus on your breath and focus how your normal breathing affects your own body. So, my dear friends, for today, this will be all. Please let me know what all that we have discussed so far have you implemented in your own life? And are you seeing any changes? I would really like to know. And is there any topic that you would like me to take up? Like Monica shared this topic with me. Thank you so much, Monica, for doing that. It really set me thinking. And I love Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. Please check it out. And he has had some amazing results. And through my little meditation classes or sessions as well, I have seen some amazing things happening to my students. So please see that in your own life, my dear friends. Please take your power back. So till we meet again, please keep shining and with loads of love and a sprinkle of stardust, Rohini.